Hello everyone, it's Cameron and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do another CD box set video. Today I'm going to show you this, which is the Everly Brothers Heartaches and Harmonies box set. This was a box set released in 1994, a US box set. So I'm just going to go over the content of this box set, show you what you get in here, and just talk about it really. So, this is a box set I'd known about for a while, and I managed to find it on Amazon for quite a good price, I must say. It was released in the US, it was from 1994 on the Rhino label, and this pretty much has all the Everly Brothers recordings and their careers from the very early days up to the Mercury years. So yeah, this is pretty much a good comprehensive collection of the Everly Brothers. It's in a long box. The Americans really like to do their CDs in a kind of long CD box set. As with this Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers box set called Playback, and it's the packaging is almost very similar. You know, apart from I think the Tom Petty box it's slightly I think they're both quite the same height a bit. So yeah, they're almost similar packages, these box sets. So yeah, and these has, in addition to the hits, you get some alternate versions and some unreleased songs as well, which is really good. And even some songs that weren't available on a US release or some releases out all over the world. So yeah, that was quite cool about this box. Here's the front, nice picture of Phil and Dawn. Back, songs. Just take the lid off like so. You get a nice book in here, which I'll go over in a minute, and the CDs are all kind of housed like this. There's CDs 1 and 2 in there, and 3 and 4 down there. So I'll just get the CDs out and I'll show you them once we've gone over the booklet. Okay, so here's the front and the back. Nice picture of Phil and Dawn in the studio there. And there's some line notes from Paul McCartney, as well as ones from Phil and Dawn themselves. Quite a nice picture I've never seen before, but that one there. That's them in Germany, and that's the young Everly Brothers. Another nice one there I've not seen. And it goes over each track, and Phil and Dawn give their kind of comment on it as well, and it just talks about the tracks as well. Just quite nice. You get single covers and the album covers as well, which is nice. Threw them in into the book. And that's a nice picture of them from that time, from the 90s. And it goes over all the track info, who played on them, where and when it was recorded, the dates, and when it was released as well, and what album or single it was, which is really cool. sorry, it's giving me through those information, put that in as well. And you even get a discography of the Everly Brothers albums there as well. And that's back at the very end of the book. So yeah, nice big thick booklet. As a lot of these, dropped the phone there. As a lot of these box sets come with, they always come with nice big booklets. Oh, nothing falls down. I have to place it on the floor. But here's disc 1. This has all the Cadence recordings and the Columbia recording. It starts from 1951 with Don't Let Our Love Die, which I think is from the Everly Family radio show, and Keep a Love Me, which is their first single released on Columbia Records, but that was a flop, and the Everlys dropped from that label. And then, of course, as we all know, their fortunes changed when they went to Cadence and recorded Bye Bye Love, and it became a big hit, and the rest, as they say, is history. There's a nice picture of Phil and Don there on the disc. That one I've seen before a lot of times, but it's still nice that they included it. Back. And what's quite cool as well, you even get demo version of Hey Doll Baby as well, which is nice, which a different version, I think, from the Sessions. That song originally appeared on their first album in 1957-58. Disc 2, now they've left Cadence by this point and they've moved to Warner Brothers. It's quite nice because you get an alternate version of Nancy's Minuet, which is the B-side of So It Was, So It Is, So It Always Will Be. I think that version was also released on the album, the new album, in 1977, which I've got on vinyl. I've got all the Everly Brothers albums on vinyl, and you also get the Things Go Better with Coke, which the Everly Brothers, a lot of people like Roy Orbison and the Everly Brothers and Del Shannon recorded songs, their songs and tunes of Pepsi and Coke commercials, which was quite cool. There's that one. They don't come with booklets, they're just kind of like that, but the big booklet I suppose kind of makes up for it, so there we are. So this is from like 1960 to 64. Yeah, 64. Disc 3 is 1965 to 67. That's a nice picture. That's an alternate take from the rock and soul cover photo, which for those that probably seen what the cover know what it will look like. That's another nice one there. That's that one. Let's go with this one. Is that you get an unreleased song, which was unreleased at the time, called "And I'll Go," which was from recorded in '65 and never released until this box set. Another one called "Even If I Hold It in My Hand," Hard Luck Story, which was I think from '66. I'll need to look at the booklet again, but something like that. But yeah, quite nice that they threw that on there. So we're continuing with the Warner Brothers years at this point. Disc 4 goes from 68 up to 1990 with a re-recording of Don't Let Our Love Die, and then we go in from the RCA years into the Mercury era, so that's quite nice that they threw them on here. What's also quite cool is that it's got Carolina in My Mind and On My Way Home Again. They were both singles on the Warner Brothers label in 1969 that were never issued in the UK, they were only ever issued in America, which is quite nice that they threw them on this box set. They've also appeared on other compilation albums as well over the years. And there's the back. And a lot of the fact that there's the song on here, there's a song On the Wings of a Nightingale, which Paul McCartney wrote for the Everly Brothers. A lot of Beatles fans probably don't know that, but that's a little known fact there. So that's kind of it for this this box set video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Yeah, big Everly Brothers fan. I often haven't done as many videos on them as I would like to, but hopefully one day I'll definitely do more videos on the Everly Brothers someday. I know I did a vinyl collection of them on the channel years ago, which I'll now probably update, given that I've got all the Everly studio albums now, and all the singles as well, so I'm definitely going to plan an update on the Everly Brothers video. One thing I'd also like to see with the Everly Brothers, I'd like to see a box set of all their Warner Brothers albums, reissued, remastered, and even throw in a disc of alternate takes and all the B-side single songs, A-side single songs, and even the unreleased material as well, which would be nice disc. That would make a nice box set, I think. The Everly Brothers, the Warner Brothers years would make a really nice, nice box set. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know it was a bit short, but still hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you again for the next video.